we're excited to be the preseason #1 ranked team in the country. Is quite an honor. You know, obviously there's people out there in this country that feel like we do, that we have a chance to have a pretty special ball club this year, and you become the #1 ranked team in the country when you have experience and you have talent and you have a good program. So we're honored, we're excited, and looking forward to getting this season underway.
Is this something you address with the team?
Yeah, certainly I will address it with the team. You know, and I'll share with them, really, quite frankly, that it's an honor, and it's you know, that the same thing I said, that you know there's people out there that feel that we have a pretty good team. They're not handing out any trophies, you know, today or before the season starts. You obviously have to go out and earn it, and you know, but I think it makes a statement of what some people feel we have in this program, and you know, it's a tribute to, you know, not only the players on this team, but it's also a tribute to the players that have come before them. Certainly, there's a foundation built here that people across the country have respect for what we're doing.
You mentioned this a little bit in front, but because of the maturity of this team, what they've been through, how does that, you know, this won't get to their head? This is.
No, I think this team will handle it really well. It's this team is, since they've reported this fall, you know, they've had a very workmanlike approach to how they've went to practice every day, and you know, they have a maturity about them. You know, but this group of veteran players certainly still has a lot to prove. You know, in their time here, you know, they've only won one championship. That was a regional championship. The group of third years, you know, we haven't won an ACC championship since they've been here, or won a super regional championship. So, you know, and they're focused to be the best players and group that they can possibly be.
In that report, I know that pitching-wise, how is Kirby coming along with that shoulder?
Yeah, Nathan Kirby's coming along very well. He actually threw yesterday in a scrimmage indoors and threw just over 60 pitches, and his velocity looked very good. His off-speed pitches looked very good. So I anticipate that he'll be ready for the start of the season. I'm not quite sure yet what his strength level and his endurance will be, because he did lose quite a bit of weight from the surgery he had. But he looks good, and he looks like he's going to be ready to contribute early on.
On those same lines, Waddell, you shut him down in the fall.
Right.
When did you get him back going here in the winter, and how has he progressed?
Yeah, he started to progress in late December, started to throw again, and he looks great. He's had a couple of times where, you know, he's thrown some bullpens. He threw this past weekend live to some hitters indoors, and he looks good. His velocity's good, and yeah, you know, he looks like the guy he was last year, and maybe a little bit better. He's physically stronger. He's put on 10 or 15 pounds, and you know, hopefully that'll allow him to be sharp towards the back half of the year this year.
With the news this morning, do you feel like your guys will feel like they have a bit more of a target on their back going into the season?
Well, you hear that a lot, that, you know, when you become a #1 ranked team in the country or predicted to win a league, you know, people feel like they have a target on their back. I don't think that this club is going to look at it that way at all. You know, for a long period of time here, you know, across the country, they've respected Virginia baseball and know the kind of team we have. So, you know, it's not like now all of a sudden somebody's going to start getting up for us because of that. You know, but you know, the players understand what kind of team we have, and they understand what it takes to play good winning baseball.
Couldn't help but not ask about the latest addition to your roster.
Right.
When did the DJ Hill thing kind of come about, and what role could he play?
Well, DJ Hill, you know, approached me actually during final exams in December and asked me if that I would let him try out for the team, which, you know, I discussed it with Coach London, and Coach London was okay with it. So we gave him a little bit of tryout, and he showed some, you know, that he could swing the bat a little bit, and you know, he's a bit rusty. He's been away from the game of baseball for 2.5 years. So, you know, we're taking a look at it and see if there's a way he can contribute. But you know, he's missed a lot of time, so he's well behind the other players. But he's a great athlete, wonderful kid. So you know, we're just quite frankly kind of taking it day by day, and we'll kind of see where it takes us.
I think at this point last year, I don't even know if you were like 25 in that preseason. They ranked last year. You ranked preseason?
I don't even think they were.
Yeah, I don't even think so.
How does that switch the mentality, though? I mean, you talked about putting the target in the back. Last year was like almost a chip on your shoulder. You had to prove something. Now that you're at the top, does that change anything mentality-wise?
I don't think it does. I hope it doesn't. I talked to the players about that it shouldn't. But anytime at a program of this level in this conference that you return a lot of experience like we do, there's certainly going to be large expectations. And so they understand that. I don't believe that they'll change their approach one bit than it was the year before. And we all know how these rankings go, and I think rankings matter a lot in college football because it's all tied to the BCS and where you're moving to in the polls. In baseball, nobody goes wire to wire, number one in the country to the end, and so it's great. It's an honor, and I believe that they'll handle it the right way.